a number of methods to try and balance out our tax strategies between the foreign investors and the domestic US investors, because everybody's looking for a different benefit.
Property taxes are one of your largest expenses on your balance sheet, and it's one of the only ones you can argue, if not the only one. So we have certified assessors and appraisers. They actually used to work, a lot of them used to work for the government, and now they work on our side. So they will come in with your income statement, rent rolls, and derive a value, and then they will go in, argue a case, and get your assessment lowered. In turn, your then taxes are lowered. Based on that, we get a contingency fee, and that is kind of how we work.
I know, so it's really great because when people say, oh, well, what do you cost and how much is this for our business? We're only working on saving you money, and then you only pay us a percentage of the savings. Again, being that contingency fee, you don't have to budget for our services. If anything, when we save you money, we just take a portion of that. So again, more motivation for us to achieve the optimal amount of savings for all of our clients.
We also do tax projections and forecasting, budgeting. These are all very beneficial because we're working your property, you have a better understanding of what it might actually be worth, whereas if you budget, you're probably just looking at the assessment. But because I have the inside knowledge of your income statements, of your rent roll, of how that property is actually performing, I can better budget, and because I work in that local jurisdiction, I know what the actual increases might be. I know what the tax rate, historically have done, and I can provide a better budget.
That's fantastic. I mean, we're always looking for various strategies that we can employ ultimately to reduce the taxability of the asset. It sounds like your service would be extremely beneficial. One of the strategies we've employed is cost segregation studies. So typically within the first year of acquiring an asset, we'll bring in an external firm to do the cost segregation study. We'll be able to allocate a significantly high portion towards the fixed assets, and we pass on all of that depreciation to our investors. We use a number of methods to try and balance out our tax strategies between the foreign investors and the domestic US investors, because everybody's looking for a different benefit. And so we're able to kind of pay off the two by providing the foreign investors with a juiced return and the local investors with a higher loss allocation, so they're happy being able to write off a high portion of their investment. And so that sounds like work that you do is something that would fit right in, especially if we can reduce the property valuation.